everybody, welcome back to Northernlion's challenge runs in the Binding of Isaac. Got a good run today, which, by the way, I just appreciate how ridiculous I look with the green face and the red headband and the money glasses. In any case, this is called the More the Merrier from YouTube user the AI Ninja, and the way that this run works is we have money equals power. We have a lot of items, so prepare yourself. Guppy's Tail, Bobby Bob-Bomb, or Bobby Bomb, Bob's Curse, what else? Rage, Monster Manual, which I think I gave myself. I might have to reopen Cheat Engine to make sure I gave myself unlimited item power. And there's a few interesting conditions to this run, but the basic premise for this run, Guppy's Tail as well, if I didn't mention that. The basic premise for this run is that every item that we have kind of benefits from having more consumables, if that makes sense, or it benefits from having more of what makes it better. For example, Rage gets better the more we kill things. All of those Bobby items get better the more bombs we have because we can use them more often. We do more damage when we have more money thanks to money equals power, etc., etc. The way we're going to use the Monster Manual with unlimited item power is essentially that every time we get hit we'll be able to use it, but otherwise we're not going to be able to use it. So now we're ready to go to the boss room. Let me just check and make sure I do have unlimited item power here in the cheat engine. I could have completely failed to put that in there. I did indeed. So hopefully this works. If it doesn't, well, let's just try not to get hit then, shall we? In any case, there are some conditions to this run. No item rooms, which makes sense considering we are dealing with some pretty solid items here in our own right. And no deals with the devil, but deals with the angel are okay. I'm gonna check for the secret room quickly. Yes, deals with the angel are okay, shops are okay. Boss rooms are okay. Obviously we can't really do too much about this, and we're kind of gonna be hoping for Pageant Boy, actually. I mean, the thing is, I might not want to actually go to shops because shops are gonna cost me damage if I buy things, and you know, things like the 9-volt and Nun's Habit, etc., etc. Items that are normally incredibly useful actually aren't all that useful when we have unlimited item power. But you know, that's a trade-off that we're gonna have to deal with as we kind of get to it. I took some damage, so I can use Monster Manual once, or Monster Manuel, if you will. That will give me a little gish, which slows. Obviously, the weak link of this run is absolutely gonna be our spacebar item, which is pretty god-awful. Even if I end up being able to use it multiple times per room on these harder rooms, it's unlikely that it's gonna pay out that well. But in the same time, you know, Monster Manuel is not necessarily anything to sneeze at. We get a range upgrade, and it is down to the next floor. And it's a weird run, because normally, if I don't have the privilege of going to item rooms or boss rooms, I just like to skip as much as possible. However, oh, by the way, Guppy's Tail obviously gets better with keys as well. But I would kind of benefit from exploring as much of the floor as is humanly possible, or Isaacly possible in this case situation, because every bomb, every key, basically every consumable item that we get, every enemy that we kill, every penny we pick up makes us a little bit stronger in the long run. So it's worth it for me. Wow, okay, these pills could be amazing or terrible. Let's try this one first. Bad Trip, that cost us a Spirit Heart, and Bombs are Key, which has now given us enough keys to open some golden chests, but sadly I probably would have preferred bombs in the short term at least, since I don't really have a good use for keys beyond, I suppose, opening golden chests if I get some. But that's largely up to Guppy's Tail. I suppose after I used Bad Trip, I could have used Monster Manual, but it's not really all that useful. Another key for us, fantastic. Good thing I got that Bombs or Key pill. Libraries are okay, but recall that there's kind of no point because there's no item that I can get to replace Monster Manual, of course. So things are starting a little bit strangely here. Not ideally by any stretch of the imagination, but we're still early enough and we have enough decent items kind of by default that we should be able to kind of carry ourselves through here for a while. I mean, if we can make it through that run, I didn't want to open the shop or the library, so I'm glad I didn't. If we could make it through that last run, is that another, oh, it's a Bad Trip, god damn it. If I can make it through that run where I didn't get any items until I eventually got Epic Fetus and won the game, I feel like I can probably at least survive for a few floors on this run where I have some fairly solid upgrades to start with. But, you know, that's always up in the air, of course. Let's continue going this way. We're just trying to get as many consumables as is possible. Of course, after several runs where we usually had pretty good fiscal gain, we are not necessarily doing as well as we normally do here with respect to the financial side of things. 0 bombs is a real problem. We might want to go to the shop, my reasoning being that if we end up fighting Greed, it doesn't really matter, and in fact might actually be awesome for us because Greed would actually give us some extra money. It was worth a key for the chance to fight Greed. It's always weird when you run into these situations where Greed is actually a good thing. Not to quote Michael Douglas in Wall Street or anything, but in any case. Let's fight Larry Jr. here. Larry Jr. might be an excellent fight for us to get into, considering that was actually a surprisingly good dodge there. Considering there's lots of poop around, this poop could drop money, or bombs, or keys. I think it can drop bombs anyway. I'm positive it can drop money and keys. Let's try not to get caught here, but if I do get hit, it might speed things up a little bit, actually. But it would also lower our chances of getting a deal with the devil. I don't necessarily want a deal with the devil, but, you know, when I say deal with the devil, oftentimes I mean deal with the devil or deal with the angel. Obviously, deal with the angel is going to be preferable for us. I'm not actually sure what the conditions are for getting a deal with the angel. I'm fuzzy on what the conditions are for getting a deal with the devil, so deal with the angel is just totally beyond me at this point. Oh, there we go. We got a penny there. I would absolutely love to get Pageant Boy and give us like a damage upgrade, essentially. And not only give us a damage upgrade, but set the stage for us to get more and more damage upgrades in the future. So we get, well, a penny, which is okay. We get Cat of Nine Tails, which I will pick up, because why not? And we'll see what we've got in our deal with the devil room here. I was hoping it would be Krampus, but remember, I cannot take deals with the devil. I'm not in danger of forgetting that. I just came in here to see if we would be able to fight Krampus, snag a cheap item, and I did pick up a penny as a result of all of that nonsense as well. So there is another shop. Please be greed. It is not greed. I could buy a bomb, but I don't really want to spend money. I really want to find greed. That's like the #1 thing on my to-do list right now. Since I have so many keys and apparently Guppy's tail not really giving us much in the way of golden chests right now. I would welcome golden chests as well. Obviously, mob trap rooms and secret rooms are going to be high on my priorities list, although we're starting to run out of, you know, we've missed one of them already, I should say. We've missed a secret room. Sorry, a mob trap room. Hierophant, good card, we'll pop that right away. Stick with our bad trip pill, which could become excellent at some point. Free speed upgrade, thank you, Guppy's tail. Again, sometimes with the troll engine, you just kind of get on the game's case, and then it'll end up working out all right for you. So, I'm very happy we have Rage. Rage is one of those items I talk about almost every single video. It's almost always a good kind of upgrade for whatever you're dealing with so far. We got another pill. I'm going to wait to take this until we are done with this room. Mob trap rooms, when you have Rage, are kind of a formality for the most part, at least assuming you're doing okay on all your other statistics or attributes, because they allow us to build up an insane amount. Just want to take this pill for a second. There's another Balls of Steel pill. Excellent. Obviously, I would be very much in the market for an arcade right now, too, because I could play the blood bank like crazy and possibly pick up a lot of health. But again, in the meantime, we're getting ahead of ourselves for now. But yes, Rage is working out very well for us here. I think that was the point I was trying to make. Because now, we got these guys, but we're going to be killing them in 1 or 2 or 3 shots. Maybe even 2 shots when we get close to the end, but I think it's 3 right now. I don't know if Rage has a maximum. What I really want, my ideal situation for this run is, of course, getting to a point where I have high enough base damage from money equals power. Let's go back to square zero of the flowchart here. Get a lot of money. The money allows us to have huge base damage. That base damage allows us to kill enemies easily, which allows us to build Rage much more quickly and finish rooms in a fraction of the time that we're doing it right now. Not that we're doing badly right now by any stretch of the imagination, but it could be better. So I'm hoping we get a bomb here. That is indeed exactly how that shit went down. We will probably use that bomb to open up this chest right here, which I think is a smart idea. We picked up 3 more cents and a key as a result. It was worth it, even though I still feel a little bit sore about the fact that I have 0 bombs. Remember, of course, that was terrible damage, but we can use Monster Manuel, I guess. Yep, let's use it again. That was absolutely horrible, but that's okay. Remember that we can't go to item rooms, as much as it might seem like we're probably a little bit underpowered long term. Another golden chest could fix that. Well, it gave us a live bomb, which did not find the secret room. That would have made that substantially better. That guy is dead. We've got another golden chest. Thank you, Guppy's Tail, for giving me another 2 cents. We've got to be getting, at the very least, close to where we would be getting 1 damage upgrade from money equals power. It's kind of hard for me to tell. I believe it's every 10 cents. I don't know why I think in my head that it could be every 9 cents. The real question is, do we want to spend money if we get like another 6 cents and get that map, which would show us the location of every secret room from this point on? Would it pay for itself eventually? I guess that depends. If we had unlimited numbers of bombs, we would definitely probably save the money. But as is, we don't really have a choice in the matter. There's another bomb for us. Got to be getting very close to the end of this floor. A bomb we can't get to, sadly. We might just go fight the boss right away, which, yes, I assumed would be right around the corner here. And then we'll make our decision. I mean, we have to look for the secret room, but there's 2 possible locations. Two likely locations. There could be other locations, but, I guess we'll just check this out first, and we'll see if this changes the situation at all. I don't know what would change the situation, to be honest with you. And we're gonna do a little mixture of fighting both Chubb and Chubbites here, because I want to make sure that I'm building rage up as much as possible. Chubb usually is pretty high HP. That was almost a terrible dodge. I'm sincerely hoping that he drops Pageant Boy, which is basically like, well, if we get nickels or dimes in it, it's potentially like 2 damage upgrades, but you know, 1 damage upgrade at the very least. Especially when we're at this point, where we're at 10 cents essentially. At the very least, it puts us closer to a damage upgrade. And rage is building a little bit, so we're at about halfway on Chubb's health here. If we just continue circling around and doing things this way, we should finish this sooner rather than later. We get rage built up, by the way, as Chubb kills his own children, which is kind of a weird kind of proxy situation to be in. I'm incentivizing this guy killing his own kids, but for some reason I feel real good about it. So we get the crate, which we can take. We get a deal with the angel, which we can absolutely go to. Crate is awesome, by the way. Temperance is even awesomer, so let's pop this down. We can play the shit out of this. I don't even want the HP upgrade, I just want the money. I want to play this ad infinitum, essentially. We're going to at least get to 20 cents. Probably higher, because now we can take this bad trip pill and get all of... That just took a spirit heart? I thought it would give us all our health back. Bombs are key. Interesting. I think we want to use that right now. Angel Room contains the relic. That's fantastic. Left hand, I don't want to take because I think it'll fuck up Guppy's paw. Or sorry, not Guppy's paw, Guppy's tail. Guppy's paw I would have absolutely no impact on. So, we're just going to come back here and pick up some extra health, and then we're going to go play that blood bank. I feel confident enough to play that blood bank until we get very, very low, and you know, the incentive is very high because we get all of the, like money upgrades, which are essentially damage upgrades at this point. So I'm feeling very good about this. With 10 bombs now, we should also look out for the secret room, and it's possible we might end up swinging like 3 damage upgrades on this floor, in which case, I agree, the AI Ninja, the more the merrier. We found it on our first bomb. It gives us 3 cents, which is not necessarily high value, but you know, every 3 cents puts us about 30% closer to another damage upgrade. By the way, there is a cap on the usefulness of money equals power. I don't know when it is. I've heard people say it's 50 cents, so once we get to 50 cents, we might feel a little less badly about spending money. But as is, I'm going to continue to play this temperance, or this blood bank, if you will, as long as possible. We're going to be hoping that we get to 30 cents. We're actually going to get close, but not quite there. And I don't really want to waste a bomb to blow it up, so let's just go down to the next floor. That was oh, we did get to 30 cents. What am I talking about? Alright, so that's fantastic. That was a very good floor for us. We should have higher damage. Maybe not substantially higher, but now we're only 1 enemy kill from getting like our first huge rage upgrade. So that has put us in a much better position, at least from a raw damage standpoint than we used to be. Still definitely don't want to... Okay, we're going to take damage, so I pop this. We'll get a little chubby. I don't even know what the best Monster Manuel upgrade could possibly be. We found a secret room by accident, which is awesome. And we have the relic now, so I don't have to be as worried about taking damage, which is also fantastic. This is the second secret room, and we're going to get back to full health. What did I tell you? Now we do have a pretty good chance of coming across arcades here as well, because arcades, I believe, the possibility of getting them is increased when you have more money in the bank, essentially, or more money in your pocket. We can't get to that golden chest, unfortunately. Maybe we can buy a ladder at some point and make it work. We have a shop. Of course, we will be fighting in the shop because I want to fight greed if at all possible. It's basically free money. Or we can get a Steam sale and then it costs us less to buy things from shops, essentially, which is very valuable, of course, considering we have money equals power. Golden chest gives us Tammy's head. We can't take it, but I appreciate the thought nonetheless. We get the compass. For 7 cents, I will pick up the compass. That's better than the map at 15 cents, in my opinion. And we found our boss room, and we found a mob trap room. There's no arcade, sadly, and I don't really want to use bombs to get this money as much as it might be tempting. We're going to go through everything, don't worry. We're definitely going to go for that mob trap room. But in the meantime, let's just take out these guys. Now, my money equals power focus is kind of off now because I feel like I'm doing A-okay for money, especially as we find you know, the secret rooms with the amount of bombs that we have. But now I kind of want to get more and more bombs, so, you know, getting something like Pyro would be fantastic. That shows up now and then in secret rooms, which would be absolutely awesome. 99 bombs would make these bosses, like right here, incredibly easy to kill. So we've got rage built up, which is good because we're going to want to take out these bomb flies as soon as possible. Obviously, the more shit flying around on these levels, the worse it is for me. I guess the good thing is we can get a chain reaction going. Oh, that was bad damage. But Monster Manuel now can go. Not that that gives us much more damage. I can't believe I didn't take damage there, actually. And now we've got a goddamn clusterfuck going on. This is like the only version of this boss I really dislike. Now, just play it cool. There's only a couple left. No chain reaction, I think, but yes, we're fine. Okay, so we got Mom's coin purse, which could be terrible. Do we know what these pills do? That's bombs. Yes, okay, we know what that one does. We don't know what this one does. We don't know what this one does, and we don't know what orangey does, I think. Okay, so let's start trying them. Bad gas. That's a neutral pill. I'm okay with that. Bombs are key. We're not going to take yet. Telepills has removed us from the room, which is not necessarily terrible. This saves us a little bit of backtracking. And I guess we'll go check out the other pills as time goes on when we get back there. Because for right now, we're going to focus on this mob trap room, which is possibly going to give us an item. One of the rare situations where we can get one of those outside of a golden chest or a boss room. I really dislike Mom's purse. Oh, that's damage, but you know, there's no point, I guess, to using Little Gish. This is the wrong way, for sure, if we're trying to get to the mob trap room. Kind of need the relic to proc a little bit more often. It doesn't seem to be giving me as many spirit hearts as I would ideally enjoy. That's okay. Provided we stand completely still here, we should have no trouble taking out these greed heads. Remember, I do have that range advantage from the first floor. Should allow me to take those guys out easily. And you know what would be an awesome item for me to pick up given my current situation and how many like items are now being inaccessible to me as a result of these chasms? Magnet. I would welcome Magneto. I'm not sure if that can show up in mob trap rooms. And the trick for these rooms, of course, stay well away from the walls, which I have not really been paying attention to, but that's okay. Another half red heart that we don't really want to use. And, oh, I don't like this. Again, if we stand still, we should be largely okay. We'll just wait for these guys to kind of fly into our path. Which is working with varying degrees of success so far. But standing still poses literally zero threat. We just kind of need to build rage up a little bit more. And only one lives. So now we can run away. Alright, extra money, good. Extra spirit heart, probably even better. And our mob trap room contains even more money. Okay, so we're going to get back to 30 cents. 31, in fact. Which is good. So we bought that compass, and we are still at the same amount of damage we started with. Well worth it. And, you know, it's a financial risk, but generally speaking, we can be okay with spending money now because I kind of wish I bought the map now, to be honest with you. If I even had enough money when I did, because I played the Blood Bank. Okay. I kind of wish I bought the map because map and compass are so good together. But there was no way for us to... Well, here we go. There was no way for us to have known that we would have gotten the compass later. And map is not necessarily nearly as useful as the compass in most situations. In my opinion, at least. There's some more money and more bombs. I'm very happy about that, and I think it is now time for us to leave this floor. There is a golden chest, but I don't think we can get to it. I believe it's the one that's kind of stuck over the edge, if that makes any sense at all. But good run so far. High damage. We're being a little bit slower than usual, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Tammy's head, of course, unusable, but I appreciate the thought. We could use bombs to get money, but it's not necessarily all that important. And let's see what we've got here. Luck up. Alright, that was worth it. We'll take this bombs our key pill down to the next floor. We should probably look for the secret room, but let's just go down to the next floor instead. We'll start looking for it a little bit later. And let's make our way down towards what I assume is going to be the item room shop corridor, if you will. The strip mall of the item room and the shop. Obviously, the more... Oh, that was terrible. Sister Maggie. Not really what I was looking for. I was kind of hoping to get something to blow this scent out of the area here, so I didn't have to worry. Well, you know what? It might be worth a bomb now. It didn't really work. Okay, we got the push pin. Can I get this without walking on the spikes? I can! Wow, that was surprising. Who dares wins, I guess. Push pin doesn't really interest me all that much. And our damage now, as you've noticed, is like pure red, which I believe means that we do have a damage upgrade. Kind of like natively as our base damage, which is awesome. If that is indeed the case, I have been, you know, told that I've been misinformed sometimes in the past, so maybe that's not the case, but that's the way I've been operating under the assumption, at least, that red equals more damage. That seems to be the way it works with rage, anyway. So we can finally knock some people down here. This guy should be no problem. The champion is actually proving a little bit hardier than I originally thought, but again, rage continues to build. There we go. We got a key, which is actually very valuable. We will be going to the shop for sure. I can't believe we haven't come across any arcades yet. Like, that's been a real surprise to me. Well, I ended up hitting myself because I'm a big idiot. Halo of Flies, not necessarily the ultimate upgrade here. I can't believe, again, that these bombs... I've used 2 bombs and they've killed exactly 2 zombies so far. Now, I do have Cat of Nine Tails, so the zombie should be easier to hit. Because... Oh, my... I hit him, I swear to God. Okay. There we go. One more is dead. As our rage builds, we should do more and more damage. Again, the general zombie principle is as you hit these guys... I should have used Monster Manuel when I got hit again, I guess. The more you hit these guys, the easier they are to kill. Well, I guess that goes for every enemy in the game, actually. We're up to 40 cents now. Our shop contains Super Greed. That's what I'm looking for. Finally. So we're going to start doing some pretty solid damage. And I would love to get the quarter. I guess that's my ideal item. That's bad damage. I guess, yeah, the quarter is my ideal item here. But I'll be pretty happy even if he just gives me kind of a random assortment of pennies or nickels. Steam Sale would be the worst item. I don't think this guy can drop a Steam Sale. He can drop a pill. Do we know what this pill does? He dropped a nickel. Fantastic. So we're going to finish this off very, very quickly here. Picked up a bomb as well. Was it worth the damage we took? Probably. Getting luck up actually gives us more drops on every single room, so that's pretty good. Now, I say we kind of just bum rush the boss room at this point. And now, again, like the bombs, I realize I should be looking for secret rooms, but I'm kind of just not despondent, but disappointed that I didn't buy the map a little bit earlier in the game, because then I could go to absolutely every single secret room efficiently, but I don't want to waste bombs in this situation, because we're going to need them to fight Mom's Heart, for example. So, I kind of think we're just going to start bum rushing things a little bit here. Now is the point where I probably don't want the Pageant Boy. I would prefer to just stack up health upgrades or otherwise useful stat upgrades, like a Tears upgrade would be good. My damage is high, but sadly I'm not firing all that many shots, which is actually hindering me a little bit. I'm a little bit hamstrung by the fact that I have a low rate of fire right now, so something like Sad Onion would be a beautiful pickup right now. First things first, though, we've got to kill Loki before we can get the item. I wonder if there's a case to be made for actually, like, taking a bunch of hits, maybe with Polaroid Invincibility, and then stacking up a bunch of, like, Monster Manuel upgrades. I doubt it. Like, just thinking about it logically right now, I don't know that a situation like this could possibly exist, because Monster Manuel is kind of unreliable. Just watch out for the bomb flies, and we're still okay here. I don't know if Loki can create more than 3 bomb flies at a time, so... Here we go. Loki is dead. We get an HP upgrade. That blue spike did absolutely nothing this entire fight, which is A-okay by me. And we are down to the depths part 2 where, ooh, I would love to go to the boss trap room. We're going to see if there's going to be a chance for that to happen. Thankfully, we got that 1 speed upgrade. Ah, but I still hit myself. But we got it. Whoa, we got a lot as a result of that golden chest. That was well worth the key. We are now up to 64 cents. Nintendo 64 cents. And our damage... Oh, took a hit. Our damage should be fantastic now. To the point where I don't even know... Oh my god, I got hit again. I don't even know how much rage could help us at this point because I'm starting so high. But I assume it stacks up, as you might expect. Let's get the F out of there. Don't track me down! It's okay. Oh, just now that I have damage, I'm starting to get a little cocky, I think. I've taken some silly damage here. There we go, and we have another nickel, which is probably overkill at this point, but I appreciate it nonetheless. For once we actually do have an arcade, let's run and get into the shop. Okay, I will buy the ladder. I don't think it's worth buying the bomb. We are going to make our way to the arcade, because the arcade is on the way to the boss room, it appears. Unless the boss room is up here and the arcade is not. But I just looking at the map right now, I don't actually know if there's any possibility for those rooms to not be adjacent. I'm too lazy, essentially, to, you know, do the cartography at this point. Let's stop taking damage. I did take damage once there, so I can use the Monster Manuel once. And Relic is not giving me bombs as much as I would like. Sorry, Relic is not giving me Spirit Hearts as much as I would like, but... with the luck up, I think it might cause us to get Spirit Hearts more often now. You know what? Might be risky, but bombs are key seemed like a decent choice there, and it actually worked out well, considering we got a bunch of extra bombs as well. We will put a bomb here. Oh, that's not going to work. It's going to kill all these guys, but I didn't actually want that. I wanted to get this Tinted Rock here. And the Scent, which I guess is kind of lower on the list, but still important. We ended up getting a key and a Scent for that, which is not a good value proposition. But we are up against the arcade and the... boss room right here. Like I said, I had no idea if they could be adjacent or not to one another, but they are, so we're good. I'm feeling pretty solid about our chances so far. Obviously, this is going to be a run where I'm going to be looking to, oh, get out of there. We found the secret room by accident, and I took damage, but we found the secret room by accident. So I'm going to be looking to get to the chest on this run, was what I was trying to finish before my commentary got all disjointed by both the secret room and the damage that we took. We will go to the arcade first as well. The secret room contains a slot machine, which doesn't interest me, unfortunately. Let's come down here. I don't necessarily want the money at this point. I kind of want the HP upgrades, but the money might be useless with money equals power, or might give us substantial damage upgrades. So we're gonna, play it as long as we kind of see fit, I guess. And you know what? In our current situation, we can actually justify going back to the boss trap room. And in that boss trap room, we could possibly get... Every time I say boss trap room, I feel like I'm about to launch into some, like, the hills are alive with the binding of Isaac. I've never seen The Sound of Music. We did play the song in, like, 11th grade music class, though. And it sounded like garbage. I am going to pick up Pageant Boy, even though I've expressed disdain that Pageant Boy is one of the worst items in the game. Again, this is largely because of my ignorance with how money equals power works. If money equals power stops at 50 cents... then you can find me in the club, perhaps with a bottle full of bub. My mind might have what you need if you need to feel loved. I don't know, when you put it like that, it makes in the club sound like all by myself or something. I don't know. Oh, that was terrible damage. And we might actually die here, which would be a pretty colossal mistake. We're fighting Peep as well. Our rage is good. I was just on the outside of the kind of creep distance there. I've got to be very careful here. Oh, shit. Oh my god! I was doing so well! It all came crashing down! I started thinking about, I said safe side, and then I started thinking about Moby plus Gwen Stefani in South Side, and I was like, hey, is that song good, or is I just have rose-tinted glasses from nostalgia? In any case, that was fucking terrible. I apologize for that ending. There was no Northernlion gasp there, it was more Northernlion's indignation, but in any case, thank you to the AI Ninja for that challenge run suggestion. I'm sorry I let you down in the final moments there, but hey, at least we died with 69 cents, so those of us with a juvenile sense of humor, myself included, can get some enjoyment out of that. But again, in any case, thank you for the challenge run suggestion. I apologize for not doing it justice. Continue suggesting your own challenge run suggestions, and I will do the ones I deem most absurd or appropriate. Anyway, as always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.